Good morning, everyone. Venderman here with FuturesTraderElite. We are gonna pull us up a chart, start looking at some things. We've got this here set on the 15-minute chart. Looks like we got quite a bit of news coming out this week. We look back to, coming off of last Friday and what this chart has got going on right now. As I look at this 15-minute chart, you can see I got my 15-minute trend line up here, my 15-minute down here. What I'm finding real interesting right now is that where I've placed my fibs for the time, this 61.8 fib is right here on top of the zone box down here. Plus we got the golden pivot point about 6 or 8 points inside that zone box. As we carry on through the morning, if this comes around and maybe wants to come back and retest the zone box, we'll have that 15-minute trend line in here as well. So I will definitely be watching out for a play if this does return to this zone box to the downside. And if let's say that it did, and let's say that you first reaction to that 15-minute trend line or to the top of this box, ideally it would be right here somewhere. And I say that because the more confluence you have, the better chance you have of a first reaction bounce. Say that this worked its way over here before it come down in this box, you'd have the 61.8 fib, the pivot point, and then the trend line all within a 5 to 10 point range, which would be a really good strong confluence area to take a trade. Now, if we were to go to the upside, we keep consolidating through this area right here. If we go to the upside, we still have this yellow line, which was an all-time high at some point or another. It's not what the all-time high is now, but I leave these on there because until they can be invalidated, I'm going to leave them on my screen. You can see we got us a 15-minute trend line here, and right here we have another support pivot. It's, the resistance pivot 1. If we can break out of this box, although we're at 773, that's over 100 points away. If the market were to open, we got a straight up drive and we got into the 880 area. First reaction short for sure. Depending on how it got there, you might wait though, because unless it gets on over here to where that pivot would be closer to this trend line right now, that's got us a good 12-15 points there. It could swipe that pivot and touch that line and suck back down. So you just got to be aware of any situation that might happen. But that's what I'll be looking at the market open as of right now. I know we got a ways to go before the market opens, and a lot could change between now and then, but that's what I'll be looking at. And then if for some reason we break that 15-minute trend line and cut through all this, we got this zone box up here that's still in play with the yellow line in it. That zone box is at 925 to like 955. And as you can see back here, there was a lot of confluence in that zone box before it broke down. And this is why none of my boxes, I leave them on there for now. I hadn't even really moved any because they hadn't been invalidated yet. It seems like every time it does something, it comes back and tests these zones, breaks out of them to go to the next zone. So for the time being, it seems like I'm just going to leave these zone boxes right where they're at. We could be a wild week though, since the numbers are coming this week. If we get some wild swings, the support pivot right here is all the way down to 484. Now you got to remember, this is on the 15-minute chart. Those will adjust depending on what time frame you're looking at. Let's bring this down to the 5-minute real quick, just so we might be able to see some things a little more clearly. So looking at this on the 5, I would still say see, now maybe we could move this box here a little bit, because if you look right here, the way this consolidated and broke out, if we was to move this box to say down to the top of this wick, then that falls a little bit in line with this yellow line that's here. And then this was a break of this structure on the 5 minute when it broke right here and went up. So yeah, we'll move that one down a little bit. Now look, that puts the pivot point almost to the top of that box, and the 61.8 just above it, about 697, only about 5 points away, 5 or 6. So excuse me, this was definitely a buy for me. It would be nice if this got over to here to bounce off its trend line, because that pivot point will move all the, you know, as these candles are forming. This will be a great area. So I'm going to say at the market open, if we can get a pullback down to this area, which is 690, let's just say from 700 to 690. It's a 10-point range. 690 to 700. That will be my buy zone to the downside. And if we do get a reaction to the top, I'm going to be looking for a first reaction short at this yellow line, which is at 848. If it gets out of that box and gets up there fast enough. If it slow grinds up there, probably going to just cut through it. If it slow grinds up there and keeps bouncing off of it, and the indicators are draining off and things are looking bearish, you know, on the 1, 2, and 5 minute charts, and this might roll over, then you could go short at that line and target this zone box more than likely. If it gets up there and pierces through here, I'd be looking at 875 to 880 to short right there, first reaction, but be careful because it could swipe it and hit that 15-minute trend line. That's all I got for this morning. Good luck today, everyone, and we will be doing a recap later on the day. Now let's go out there and make some money.